Okay, so guys, I promise you that I will do a video where I just explain a little bit more about my system. No, I show you a little video, I think a few days ago, about the fructification. Right now we have very few apricot trees that they are with the fruit that are ripe. But in this video, because I will go in India, no, and I just want you, many of you, they write me, please do one video in English, no, and so I will try to do my best. The time is not the best because the sun is very high, so the light of the camera is not good. But if you just follow me, and I think you can understand. I will say many things. We will come back in this place later. We will start from this point. Not that this in the video of the last year, no, was I think in June or maybe the last days of May. Right now we are in the 12th of July, 12th of July 2023. So as you can see, I changed many things, and for sure you are able to see that the canopy tree are not more there, or at least are here. You see, I totally chopped the tree. I don't know the name, copicing maybe, I don't remember the name. So I just repeat to you, I'm in the north, center north, I'm in the north of Italy. So I don't have a Mediterranean climate. It's important that you understand this. My climate is not Mediterranean. I have just some little bit of some little part of Mediterranean are there, but this is more temperate climate. Is very humid, but just humid in the air. But sometimes the summer can be very dry. But all the time summer is raining. It's raining sometime. In July can rain just a little bit, but sometimes in July and June and August can rain a lot. So this is not a Mediterranean climate. So don't replicate this system in Mediterranean climate. I mean, you can do it, but you have to find the right biomass tree. You can change many things, but you can take this experiment like to understand how you can do it in Mediterranean climate. You can do this, for example, for sure in some climate of France, north of maybe Spain, south of Germany, but also there you have to change it. Everywhere you are going to, you have to change a little bit the plan, because it's different. And also here I want to change, because I see here just right now that I change many ideas. So no, so I just explained to you what is happening here. I hope that you are able to see, because it's very sunny. So we have I just repeat to you, we have very simple system. In the line we have one canopy tree that is poplar, white poplar. Then we have a fruit tree that can be every kind of fruit tree, peach, apricot, apple, pear, and blah blah blah. And then again, the distance between each tree is 1 meter. So biomass tree, then 1 meter fruit tree, biomass tree, 1 meter, another meter fruit tree, apple tree. Then we have sambucus. The distance is 0.50 centimeters, so half meter. And also this was chopped 2 times already in this year. No, sorry, 1 time. The last year I chopped 2 times. And it is resprouting. Not all of them, but many of them are resprouting. And so the distance, I change a lot of idea, but when I start, I know that, but my experiment is very small, so I have to put many trees to understand many things. But the distance now, this is Salix alba, and this is apple tree. It's just 1 meter. 1 meter is not is too near, no? But you can still do it. That is not a problem. Then when you see that the tree is going too much high, it's giving shade to the apple tree, you chop it like this. And I see that the plant, some plant like poplar are struggling just in the start point, because we have a insect that eat the wood. This also without chop it. So also before to do this, the insect was there. So, but as you can see, this I already cut some days ago, and already resprouting. So I see that this kind of tree are very strong, and they still want to stay in the system. So I keep them. This, for many of you, for sure that maybe they know syntropic agriculture by tropical climate, they say, you can say that this is not syntropic agriculture. Maybe it's true, it's not, but I want that it work. I don't care about the name, because we have to change this, because I work in India, I experience syntropic agriculture in Brazil, and I can tell you that you cannot use this kind of system with the lower strata, medium strata, high strata, canopy strata. This is impossible to do here. You can do it, but the production is very low. This is my opinion, It's not, one dictation. But this is what I see, that you cannot put one apricot tree, you cannot put one peach tree. You see this, we have sanguinella, this kind of peach tree. You cannot put this tree under one canopy tree for all the summer. It's not going to give you good amount of fruit and good fruit. So this is very important for me. So what I suggest you, maybe I will do one video after this, and to keep the fruit tree in distance with the biomass tree. So do 2 lines, 1 line of fruit tree and 1 line of biomass tree, and again fruit tree, biomass tree, like that. Because if you use the tree like this, it's very difficult. Also when you're going to prune it, if you are a small farmer, you can do it. If you want to implement this in like more 1 hectare, for me is a lot of waste of time, and also of money in some way. So I coming back to the traditional agriculture. Keep implementing the principle of syntropic agriculture. That actually syntropic agriculture is just how the nature is doing, growing the tree, no? Putting biomass down and do the ecological succession. And also here you can see that there is not really ecological succession, because this is not needed here. Really ecological succession in colonization is just needed where the soil is really poor. I have poor soil, but if the grass growing well, it means that you can go already with the fruit tree. You not need, to do all the kind of placenta, I don't know the name in English. And it's not needed to do like this. If you want, you can do it, but I will not say that you waste time. You will earn experience, but if you want to produce, you can go straight to fruit tree with the biomass tree directly. It's not needed, but you can do it, this is for sure. So it's very simple, no? I show you again, no? You will see this, no? My line is 1 line here and another line here, the 4 meter of distance, and every meter you will find biomass tree, fruit tree, biomass tree, fruit tree. Here we have apricot, still we have some apricot. Biomass tree, fruit tree, okay? Like biomass tree in my field work very well. I have sandy soil, quite poor sandy soil. I have white poplar, I have black poplar, but black poplar is not working very good. And then we have Salix alba, willow, white willow. Then I see that also Ulmus minor and Fraxinus angustifolia, they're going very well. Now I will show you. So then we have a distance of 50 centimeters Sambucus nigra. Sorry, in this case it's Morus nigra, but let go this. It should be Sambucus nigra. This was the experiment. Okay, then I put some, as I told you, the experiment that I'm doing of no climax tree. Do you have in English walnut? I think by seed. This I seed. I saw 1 year ago. So here we have walnut. We have Quercus. Don't know the name in English. Quercus rubur. And so we can substitute this, but this for me is also here I will not say waste of time. If you are a farmer, you can learn this. It's very important that you learn this, but if your soil is ready, you can just go by, you know, one day you take it down this and you put already a walnut like this. Is easier and faster, but you can do this succession. This is climax, already climax. We are already in walnut and we are already Quercus. This is they do a lot of in tropical climate. I think it's working better than here. It is very difficult in temperate climate to do this, but you can still do it. I will show you very simple system. Then is my aim is not to say I'm doing syntropic agriculture or which kind of agroforestry. I'm doing something that is working. I want to do something that is working. That for me is important. The name is, you know, is not that important. Then we have all kind of fruit. Here so this is for the fruit tree, and the biomass tree is the start of the second year. We are these trees are all 2 years and 6 months old. 2 years, 6 months old, and I'm happy for that, because without water, I'm not watering, I'm not doing nothing. I just do the simple mulching all the time, and this is the only thing that I'm doing. Nothing more than this. Then I start to train the tree. As you can see, apricot tree. The last year, the fruit was going all straight on in the sky. Now I do some pruning here. I want that take sun and light. You can see very better. Maybe here in the peach tree. I don't know the name of this, but I want that open the branch. So I start to do this. Also this, yeah, I suggest to you to do it if the fruitification is not very well. If you see that the tree is going just to do vegetation, because from the fruit tree you want the fruit. You have to decide what you want from your tree. If you have fruit tree, you should have fruit. If you have biomass tree, you have to grow straight up. So then, what to say about this? What we do? We let grow the grass here. We let grow the grass, and then I cut it how I can. have some kind of small cutter car, I don't know the name, and put it like this by a little bit with the machine and a little bit by hand. And then, as you can see, it's full of grass. Again, it's full of grass. Some places it's not full of grass. It's very good. But as I see that the grass is not a big problem. You can see, for example, here this is not dying for the grass for sure, because also here is full of grass. But this was entered by some insect. And there are some plants that was dying. No, this peach tree. You have to know that in my field, 1 month ago, more than 1 month ago, there was a big flood. So I had the water like this. So all the peach tree, they suffer a lot the submersion of the roots. So you see also this peach tree is almost dying, you know. But as you can see, like apricot tree like this is just 2 years and 6 months old. It's very beautiful. It's very big, and give us like 4 kg of fruit. and as I still going there was still some problem of salt. I remember that my field is near of one channel of salt just there, 10 meters from here, but still the plants they are growing and giving already some fruit. So I changed many idea, and just to give some feedback. That for me, the normal syntropic agriculture that you can learn in tropical climate, you cannot use here. Also in Mediterranean climate, maybe yes, in Mediterranean climate you can do more shadow for the fruit tree for sure, but not too much, because then I already see some experiment of some guys in Greece. Also maybe I see some Instagram account of one, I don't remember the name, but also where Ernest Gauche was there, and I see some model that is in three-year-old plan, and still the fruit is not going. So in Mediterranean climate, so I think for me I see it's very, very full of shadow. The fruit tree, the peach tree are full of shadow. They cannot grow. This is my opinion. We have to start to learn by observation, not by literature or by how can I say, by going some class. You have to experiment. We have to experiment. This is my observation that I will say. So my opinion is just to forget everything what you have learned about everything, and you just again you start to experiment. Forget tropical climate, forget any kind of climate, and start to be intuitive. Is the best way to do the work, is to be intuitive. And I see there are some fructification. This fruit tree is growing a little bit slower, to be sincere, but I had many problems here of salt. And but these 2 months I learned a lot, to be sincere. I learned a lot how to manage also the fruit tree, no? Because I see that many people, they just want to learn how to do the plan, canopy tree, medium tree, and all this stuff. But then fruit tree, they have living in whole his world. You have to understand how to prune it, to have fruit, and this is very important, very, very important. And so this actualization of my field, I just show you what I can say. So yes, this was just cut one time this year. My father will cut another time, I think maybe in 2-3 weeks. And also another thing, all this patch of grass was full of grass, and I cut it and I put it here. And you see the grass is still growing on. And also this, no, I was saying the same. I was thinking the same, no. If the grass still growing, is mean that the grass is not. I mean the part of the land where the grass is growing. That means that the part of the land is still not fertile enough to bear the trees. For me, this is not true. Maybe 1 year ago I was thinking like this, but no. When the sun is coming, again the grass will growing. Also, if you have the best soil of the world, if you have the more fungine soil, the grass keep going, and so you cannot do nothing. I mean, you cannot avoid all the time grass 100%. You just to cut it. It's not a problem. Sometimes every 2 months you came there, you cut it. But when you have a 2 or 3 years old tree, believe me, that is not a problem for the tree, the grass that's growing like this. It's not a big problem, because you can see that it's not really, really strong grass. It's not that grass that give a lot of problem to the tree. Yes, maybe for the first, second year, yeah, you have to take care, because your tree is a little bit small. You have to take care of this. But the grass, when the tree is big enough, is not a big problem. actually in the summer is giving some shade to the soil and giving some also a live root, and so I think it's not that bad. When you see that the grass really suffocated the tree, yes, you have to mulch it. You have to find some mulch. If you don't have find the mulch in your field, you have to find in another place and to bring it back here. So just to finish, all these tree that you saw, that I cut it, all the wood is, all the leaves also are here. Okay, you see the wood. This take a lot of take 1-2 years to decompose more, but it's still there. And the soil, you see all the wood is there. It's there. You see now it's totally dry. The soil also start to be dry in the surface. It's still a little bit wet, but it's quite, yeah, it start to be dry. But it's good soil. When it's raining, also only 5 millimeters, it's getting very, very good smell of fungi. Then you have figs. These are very, very good. This plant gives 2 times figs, now in July and then in August. So let me know what your idea, and let me know if you have some experiment. Please share photo, video. I want to see. These are the field. If you see, yeah, you can see this is a normal orchard, a normal orchard, and yes, it is. But the biomass trees are there. You cannot see very well, but they will grow again, and I chop it again. That's and it's not that much different of. I will say biodiverse fruit orchard, because it's not easy, because if you grow the fruit tree with the biomass tree, you have to really take care of not giving shadow, so you have to plant this. Now I will show you something very curious, very beautiful. This starting from the 0 point, like here I buy the plant, the fruit tree, no? Yeah, bare root fruit tree, and here I start by seed. This is the normal stuff, no? They do also in tropical climate. They put like placenta, like corn and beans. Okay, but then the 2 years ago I saw some peach. All this is growing by seed. Then we have, don't know the name, but this is in English, Indico Bastardo. Then we have I don't remember, but it's the rootstock for apricot and plum. Then we have peach by seed. This is 2 years old. No, sorry. This is 1 year old and 6 months peach. This line was planted 1 year after these trees, all by seed. This is very nice. This is almost minor. As I told you, they're doing very well in my field, in salty soil. Then we have again Populus alba. This was growing by, I just go in the forest, take out some small plant and transplant it here, just like that. And the whole fruit tree was planted by seed. So as you can see, this is not a real placenta. I mean, you cannot find how they do corn with just there, but nothing is growing. I just tell you something. Here, this peach tree, there was corn here. There was it's still there. It was full of plant. Then I chop it, but it was full of beans and was suffocated. And then I start to just cut it and leave some space, more than what you see normally in other video. Leave some space because they have to grow, they have to expand the roots. This is the time for grow. It's not winter. This is right now the time for growth. So leave some space, leave 20-30 centimeters. Then you can grow your, if you want, call it placenta, I don't know. But you have to give space to the fruit tree. You see, they are very beautiful, and nothing is near of this plant. They need space and no water to this plant. Watch that, fruit tree, very beautiful. You can plant a lot of seed together and they grow well. They grow, this is kind of placenta, monocultural placenta. They grow very well, very well. Because if you see the nature how it's working, there are some patch that only one species is growing together. Then you go 2 meters, another all species going together. Same here, you see. You have this patch with only one species. Then you go here, we have all gramínea. So, this is some example. It's not needed to do too much complex. I see that the people do too much complex and they get lost. We have to keep it simple and I don't know the name in English, but easy, simple, that it works. Have to be they should work. If it doesn't work, if you need a lot of energy, if you need a lot of thinking, it's not working very well, in my opinion. This is only my opinion. It's not, the law. You see, a peach tree of 1 year and 6 months old by seed, wonderful. For me, it's wonderful. Without water near of the salt channel there, I'm quite happy. So this is all by seed. Now this we have another humus minor. We have the rootstock of plum and apricot, and again peach. Also there we had some, just to show something different from peach, we have plum by seed, smaller. We are nashi by seed. So this for me is very important, to replicate a fruit tree, but not only fruit tree, all kind of tree by seed. This is one of the most important things that you can do in your system, because then the plant they get very, very strong. In a way that in the field they're getting strong with the root, but also in the genus, in the epigenetic way and in genus way, they becoming very, very strong. They get adapted to your soil. If your soil like mine is full of calcium, active calcium, I don't know the translation, they start to develop resistance, and this is good. So yeah, it's like that. Then I just show you something different. I will go there to finish the video. Here we have just show you the situation. Maybe you can see there is a channel down there. Maybe you can see, yeah, there is full of salt. So I have infiltration of salt. Now it's better, and so here we have transplant some, don't know the name, but it's a salty resistant plant. Then we enter in something that is very, very dense, that I try to manage like in a tropical syntropic system, and for me is beautiful, but it's not giving too much fruit. Only the part that are in full sun, like this. We have grapes. We have grape also with a lot of problem, because this year was very humid, so it's full of peronospero. But still going on. Is going. Albana, Pizzutello, it's very beautiful and tasty grapes. And keep going like this. Sangiovese. Whatever you see is not treated in any way, is not watered in any way, just mulch when I have some mulch. So this is the part that is different. So this is the part where I start before, and this is done in a very more dense way. We have all the time the canopy tree. This canopy tree, they are all almost Populus alba. They are not chopped down. They just put the branch, the side branch. I just cut it and let the plant growing up, like they do with the how do you call it? Eucalyptus tree, Eucalyptus globulus camaldulensis. I treat it like this, no? I keep going like this, and they grow very well, and they're very beautiful actually. And but the shade is a lot. Production of fruit is very low, but it's beautiful. You can do in a different way. Give more space from the fruit tree, and the fruit tree will fructificate. We have some pear tree. You see, very one pear, two pear, very few pear we have. This is 5 years old tree. It cannot just give 10 pears. Should give at least 5, 6, 7 kg of fruit. You have nashi. It's not just about the shade. It's also about I had pruned this tree. I didn't prune it. Only this year I pruned a bit. We have nashi. Then here we have many stuff like plum, Californian plum, this Stanley. Oh, this is full of worms inside. You see, it's very shady here. Very shady, fungi enter, worms enter better than when it's sunny. I never expect to say this, but it's like that. This I prune 1 month ago. The new shot will go. This. Then we have nashi. This is very productive nashi. I never prune it. This is also another experiment. And yes, there are many worms in the plant. But this plant for example, is an exception. This produces a lot without pruning. Then a lot of pruning here. I've done not too much like the other system, but we have apricot tree full of shade. They just give us maybe 500 grams of apricot, and the other tree there, they give us 10 kg of apricot. It's very different. Here we have some fruit, yes, nashi. Seems that is a little bit adapted, but also the plant is 2 years old and 6 months, so it's just 5 pear. It's not growing well. You see just from there. Then we have also here we have another exception. This prunus, this sangue di drago, blood of the dragon, translated, is still not ripe. Produce a lot. They was producing a lot, but the branch was broken by the weight of the fruit, and all you see, full of rocks. But this is, you can see now I have the sun. Most all of the day I have the sun because there is a big hole of without 3 years, and it can produce very well. Then if we go in a shady place, where I put, we call it vite maritata, that is grape that is climbing in the tree, like here. You can see very, very well here. We have the part of the grape that is the sun can enter, because here is free of tree, full of grapes. A lot of grape here, there, you see. Then I go there, you see here. This is another branch of grapes. No grapes, just here one. This. and not more, but they're climbing in the tree. You see, where there is not enough sun, no production of grapes, because here is, you see, is full of tree, full. Some grape here, yes, we have it. The production is lower. It can still product, but if for you is good, the production can go also 60-70% less of full sun. If for you is good, you can do it. But if you want to produce more, you have to put the plant almost in full sun. Also, this apricot was producing just 3 apricots. There are some apple here, very shady also here. Then we have some plum here, but not too much nice. Yeah, this is all what I can tell you. That yes, another thing, we have Fraxinus angustifolia that is doing very well. Fraxinus and Ulmus minor. This one. This is new plant. I mean, the plant that I still discovering now. In my field, they're working very well. Populus alba. They're working very well. Fraxinus, growing less than Populus alba, and then Ulmus minor. They can growing. And then this plant that's growing very well, but yeah, maybe it's not easy to implement in a line with other fruit tree. So guys, I hope I know maybe you have a lot of questions. Maybe what you see is not you don't like because there is not too much density. You cannot see the horticulture here. I just growing grass, so I don't have time to do that, but. This is something that I'm doing without following any kind of text or suggestion. I just experiment with intuition, watching a lot of video. Also, right now watching less video because I start to taste the field. That is better for me. But yes. Many trees was dying here, for example. I have to put a new fruit tree. Nothing is going perfect. Something going very well, something is going very bad. You keep learning. I'm doing something new. I'm separate the branch to give more fructification for the next year. And yeah. I hope at least I give you some explanation of what I am doing. Fructification, guys, I just tell you, this is nice to know. I had 60 kg of fruit this year. All the system only collected right now. Of the fruit that I collected right now by this tree, this was I think was 10 kg, another there was 12 kg, another there was 8 kg. Do the summary, there was 55-60 kg of fruit. Then we have some apple, so maybe another by apple, pear, and some peach, some apple here, some peach, maybe another 15 kg. I have 5 line, productive line, and another line there that is not productive. This is my production for this year. It's very low production, I know, but that's it. So guys, I hope I give you some explanation to something. Good luck. Keep the experiment on. Don't just grab to some another experiment. Don't grab to my experiment. Don't grab to another experiment. Just go by your intuition, by your experience. If you don't have experience, get experience, and keep going. We'll never do the perfect job. This is nice like this. is not existing one system that is perfect. We have to learn, and we have to understand that for each field is different, for each soil is different, and this is the beautiful thing, because when we meet we can exchange idea, we can learn from each other, and keep going on. That we can reach very beautiful achievement, as you can, I don't know the name, but very beautiful goals. And sorry for my English, I hope you understand something. I just finished here with the one plum that is very tasty, Santa Rosa. Very few plum, but this one of the best plum that they told the fruticulture. They say that the Santa Rosa plum is one of the best tasty plum that exists in the world, and not in Italy. I don't know, I have to taste this. Still not ripe. Bye guys. Okay guys, so just to finish, to give some possible plan of agroforestry. If you want to start from something and you don't have any idea, I can suggest you something, but this does not mean that will work. This is just something from where you can start. So I have changed many ideas in these years, and I will say that if you have a real farm, if you want to experiment this to see if it's work, and if you don't spend all the years on in one field to do the how do you tell you? I don't know the name. You know, the cutting and stuff like that. I will suggest you to put fruit tree like this and biomass tree like this. Fruit tree, biomass tree, fruit trees. So we have two examples here. We have one line of fruit tree and one line of biomass tree. One line of fruit tree and two lines together of biomass tree. This is easier because to do is easier for sure. You just what you do, you just letting grow the biomass tree for 2 years, 3 years, depend. You let it go up, but you can choose. There are many ways of doing that. And then you cut it and put half part here in the fruit tree and half part in the other line of the fruit tree. If you grow 2 lines together, like between each line 30 centimeter, 40 centimeter, you know that one line of biomass tree goes to this line of fruit, and the other line of the fruit, the biomass tree, go to the other fruit tree. This is a little bit difficult to grow, this tree, the biomass tree, but so you can do like this. You do one tree go here, all the second tree, biomass tree, go here, and you keep going like this. So you will not have the biomass tree in the fruit tree. So you grow the biomass tree in a different line from the fruit tree lines. This is the difference. About the distance, I will talk about my experience, not my experience, my vision, because I still haven't done this. I will tell you that you can do this from 5 to 8 meters. What I mean? From one fruit tree line to another fruit tree line, you should keep at least 5 meters. For me, it's not enough, but at least 5 meters. 8 meters maybe will be perfect. Okay? Yes, it's a lot of space, but you will have the biomass tree in the middle. If you keep 8 meters to 4 meters, you will have the other biomass tree line. If you keep let's say not 5 meters but 6 meters, every 3 meters you have the biomass tree line. Okay? Then what you can do, you can, in the starting point in this line, you should, in my opinion, keep growing the biomass tree. Okay? Maybe I do a little bit mess in your mind, but you keep growing here, because from let's see that we are watching this line here, this fruit line. Okay, we want to growing olive fruit here in the future, but keep to give dynamics to the system, to give strong, to let the line full of stuff and not empty. We should not keep growing olive fruit tree in the starting point. At least for the 3 years, for the first 3 years, you should grow like this, in my opinion. One fruit to each fruit from 4 to 6 meters. Okay, so this is the distance. And then in the middle of this fruit, you can grow whatever you want. You can grow in, you can grow biomass tree, for example. Here I want to grow biomass tree in this plant. I'm growing, for example, tree, poplar tree. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then Sambucus nigra here, here, here. Important that from this space, if you choose 4 or 6 meters, it should be carry another species of biomass. Then slowly, when the fruit open, you should remove this. You see the cross. You remove this stuff. You keep chop it till the plant is, cannot grow anymore. And this is possible. So not let the space empty in the first years. You can grow again biomass tree. You can grow, I don't know. You can grow artichoke. You can grow some flowers. No, but then is very small cycle. It's better you grow biomass tree, in my opinion. Sambucus nigra. You grow what salix, whatever you want. Whatever is growing well in your field. So this is the idea. So you see, this is for me the best that you can do in a temperate climate like my climate. You do this stuff. Fruit tree, biomass tree, fruit tree, biomass tree, fruit trees. And then in the fruit tree, this is the fruit trees lined in the first years. Each 5 meters, you put fruit, and again fruit. And then in the middle, you grow biomass tree. Okay, like poplar, if working well, you can grow salix, you can grow ulmus minor, you can grow fraxinus angustifolia, whatever is growing fast and accept a lot of cutting. Sambucus. So this is the 5 meters, 2.5 meters from the center emergent biomass tree, 1.5 meters for the second emergent layer, and 0.5 to the Sambucus nigris. But as here is too much density, in my opinion, maybe you can keep it out, this Sambucus. Yes, like this. Yes, this is one simple example. If you have a small experiment, you don't want to do like this, okay, this is okay. You just do a line. You will not do the differentiation of the line. You just growing line like that. What you will do is like this. You keep going on 5 meters from each fruit tree, and then you keep doing this emergent layer. But with the time, you keep it. You will take out this tree when the fruit tree open is canopy, and then you just leave one emergent layer that go up. You can keep, I think, from the line, from your line, agroforestry line, you can keep 5 meters, 4 meters, 6 meters, from 4, 5, 6 meters. That's it. In the middle, you grow grass. This grass, half of the grass grow in one line, another half grass, you go in another line.